Welcome to this session, okay, guys. So today's topic is about JIRA. Okay. So first we'll be discussing about the agenda of this session. So today we'll be starting with about what is this SDLC. So we'll be discussing about this SDLC. SDLC, as we all know, it is known as a software development life cycle. So we'll be discussing about this SDLC, how it is going to help. Under SDLC, we have various methodologies, right? So sequential, iterative, evolutionary, and agile. So we'll be discussing about this agile methodology. So under agile methodology, we'll be using this Scrum model, right? So and we'll also discuss about this Scrum. Then we'll go into the practical Jira, how you can access this Jira software and what are you going to do in this Jira. We'll be discussing about them. Okay. So okay. So first we'll be discussing about the software development lifecycle. Okay. So first, as we all know, software development lifecycle is nothing but like a set of guidelines or rules. So which IT companies or any other companies will be following in order to develop any particular software within an organization or outside the organization. Okay, so it is majorly helped to develop a particular software. It is used to by following those rules and regulations. Each model or anything that will be developing this software specific softwares as per the client requirements. Okay, so under each like in SDLC there are various methodologies, right? So it has like sequential, iterative, evolutionary, and agile, right? So each methodology has its own framework and has its own model also. So in this, the Jira actually will be used in this agile methodology. Okay. So all these guidelines are used to develop or maintain, replace, or enhance a specific software, or else to develop from the scratch. Okay. So to improve this quality, we'll be using this software development lifecycle. Okay. So as a business analyst, as we all know, as a business analyst, our responsibilities are like will be major prime responsibilities will be like we'll be interacting with the clients and taking the requirements using various methods, and those will be our main responsibilities, like right. So in this agile thing, we our major responsibilities are divided like primary responsibilities, and there will also be some supporting responsibilities as a BA. Okay. So the main prime responsibilities of a BA in this agile methodology is like, so we will be part of this government gathering. Okay, so we'll be interacting with these clients and take the requirements that the client want in this particular project. So we'll be using various techniques. As we all know, there are various illustration techniques. So with the help of those, we'll be getting all the requirements. So in this agile methodology, we'll be using this user stories to create. Will be creating those user stories. So in these user stories are nothing but we'll be discussing later in detail. Okay. So in this user story, a specific feature about this feature will be there, so that the development team can use these user stories and develop that particular software. Okay. So and also we'll be maintaining the backlogs, etc. All those will be there in this agile. So we'll be discussing each of the thing in detail when you go into the session. Okay. So these will be the prime responsibilities of a BA in this agile methodology. Whereas, as I said, the support responsibilities will be divided, right? The prime responsibilities are these. Then there are also other supporting responsibilities that the BA will be doing in this agile. Okay, so the BA will be supporting the Scrum team is there. Some Scrum team will be there, right? So in this particular agile, we'll be using the Scrum model, right? So in this VA will be supporting the product owner in creating the user stories. Or for example, if all the illustration techniques will be using, right? So he will be supporting the product owner in creating the user stories or manage a particular backlog that may be anything. Okay. So in this way, he will be supporting the product owner who is actually a part of the Scrum team. So as a PA, we will be supporting it, and also continuously we'll be collaborating with the Scrum team in order to help him, or if at all any requirement is there, then the PA will be supporting them. Okay. So if at all any change requests are also there, then the business analyst will be assisting in if at all any major change requests are there in the project, then the business analyst will be supporting it, and also there will be some various meetings that will be going on, okay, in the total development process. So in that also the BA will be supporting it, okay. So the responsibilities in this agile will be, like I said, the major responsibilities will be there in every model, but in this agile, you will also be supporting this product owner in helping these requirements gathering and all those things. You will also be supporting him. Okay. So in this way, the prime responsibilities will be divided as a BA. So now we will be discussing about each of the methodology in detail. Okay. Like I said, you right, SDLC. So SDLC is just like a software, or the guidelines is just like a book, rules book. Okay. So with the help of these rules, each model that is going to develop a particular software that is being like it depends on the project, like based on the requirements that we got, we will be discussing about the model and all. Okay. So in this way, there are various stages in SDLC, like requirement gathering, requirement analysis, design, development, testing. These like this, there are various steps in SDLC. So each step is designed to help in as per the project that is going on. Like requirement gathering is used to gather the requirements. Analysis is used to analyze the requirements that we got. We will be sorting all the requirements and all. And under design, we will be whatever the requirements that we got from the stakeholder, we will be uh, like visually represent it so that everyone can understand. Under development, we'll be developing the code for the particular software, and testing at the stage of testing, that whatever the development has been done, we'll be testing those features whether it is working or not. So like that, each stage has its own responsibilities, okay, in SGLC. So as we all already discussed, in SGLC there are various methodologies, right? So in this, JIRA is majorly used in this agile methodology. Okay. So first, we'll discuss about this agile. So agile methodology is just like an incremental methodology. So or an approach, we can say. So it is an incremental approach where continuously we'll be developing particular features, and we'll be updating it to the stakeholder, so that there will be no middleman in between uh, the stakeholder and the development team. Okay. So here we will be directly collaborating with like the business owner. Okay, I just stopped it here. Okay. So after explaining about this agile, then I'll be going about this Scrum model. Okay. So yeah, like I said, you agile is just like an incremental approach, right? So this in this incremental, there will be no middleman. Like in previously, business analyst will be acting like a bridge between the software team and the development team and the stakeholder, right? So in this agile, there will be no middleman. So the middleman is not there in this. So like the stakeholder is directly connecting or communicate with the development team itself, and they will be discussing about all the requirements, and all those things will be discussed in this agile. Okay. So this is the main agenda of this agile methodology. Okay. So if at all any change requests are there in this agile, there are those will be easy. Those things can be easily taken and developed in this agile. Okay. So in this agile methodology, we have multiple models or multiple frameworks for each model. Okay. So those models will be like Scrum. So there are various models. Okay. So one model that is majorly used in the today's world is like Scrum. Kanban will be there. So majorly we'll be using Scrum. Okay. Okay, Scrum is just like is a model. So the major difference between methodologies in models is like, so the methodology is here like set of guidelines, and the model is like it is helped to develop this particular functionality, so of a particular project. Okay. So now we'll be discussing about this Scrum. Okay. So as I said, you Scrum is just like a framework. Okay. So framework which is used to develop particular software uh, that the client has given. to the to the team. Okay, so this Scrum model will be following the guidelines that the Agile has mentioned. So with the help of those guidelines, the Scrum will be developing those particular project. Okay, so it will be following the Agile principles. As we all know, in Agile there will be some principles and manifesto, right? So the Scrum will be following those principles and the manifesto, and it will be developing this particular features. Okay, so the Scrum we will be planning the sprints. So like iterations will be planned in certain types like sprints. Also with the help of sprints, a particular feature will be developed. Okay, so I'll be explaining about all those sprint and in detail. I'll be going to explain further. Okay, don't worry. So I'll be explaining you. Okay. So in the Scrum model, so a Scrum team will be involved. Like it involves product owner, Scrum master, and the development team. The developers will be there, and the one or two testers will be there. Okay. So based on the project, the team size will be also varies. So the main people will be like product owner, Scrum master, and the developers and the testers will be there in the Scrum team. Okay. And also in the overall Scrum model, there will be some various meetings will be going on, like sprint planning meeting will be there, uh, and sprint review meeting will be there, daily stand-up meetings will be there, and also sprint retrospective meeting. Okay, so we'll discuss each of the meeting, like what we are going to do in this meeting, all those things in detail in further slides. Okay, while explaining you about the whole process, then I'll be going to tell you. Okay. So this is all about Scrum model. Okay. So I'll be explaining you like how this this image you can see this, right? So this image will be in this image the total process that the Scrum model will be going on will be discussing in this image itself. Okay. So the first we will be starting it from how the project will be started in a organization. Okay. So as we all know, the project will be started when the client approaches any particular people or the product owner. Right? So in this Scrum team, the product owner will be responsible in handling those clients, and it will be the main responsible for taking the requirements and all, and he will be hand over it to the development team. Okay, so the product owner will act as like a bridge here. So the client will be first meeting with the meet with the product owner and discuss about the project, like whatever the meetings, whatever the things he want to develop in this particular project, he will be discussing with the product owner. And after the meeting is done, then the product owner will be doing various research activities based on the inputs that he got from the client. So the product owner will be discussing, like he will be researching all the things, and he will be preparing a product vision document. Okay. So the first stage that is going to start in this Scrum model is like the product owner will be preparing this product vision document. Okay. So product vision document is just like a representation of whatever the things that are going to involve in this particular project. Like, so who are all involved in this project? What is the main goal of this project? And also who are going, like what are the team that is going to involve in this project? What are the target audience? Who are the users? Etc. All those things will be there in this product vision document. Okay, in detail, like it will just give an overview of a particular project before initiating, so that the team will be going through this product vision document, and they will be knowing about what is this project, what we are going to do. All those things will be discussed. Like they will be get a clear idea about this project. Okay, so the owner will be preparing this product vision document. Okay, so there will be some process. There is a process, like first the initial meeting will be there, right? So with the help of that meeting, the product owner will be analyzing various aspects about this project, and then he will be preparing this product vision document. Okay, so who are the stakeholders that are involved in this whole project? They will also be there in this product vision document. It is just like an official document, right? Okay, so this is the main purpose of this product vision document. Okay, once it is been signed, like we will after preparation of this product vision document, then we'll be taking a sign off from the per client. so that it will be all the things that he has mentioned. He will be verifying whether all those things are there or not. Then once a particular sign off is taken, then next stage can be started. Okay, so the next stage is like the product owner will be preparing all the features, whatever that he got from this client. Like he will be preparing this product backlog. Okay, you can see this product backlog, right? So in this product backlog, you will be preparing all the features that he got will be displayed in this or created in this product backlog. Okay, so product backlog is nothing but it will contain a list of activities or features that he got from the client, uh, that will be displayed in this product backlog. Okay, so it will be acting like a point where all the details will be there. Okay, so it will contain all the user stories that you have got it from the client. So we'll talk about this user stories. Okay, so user story is just like a feature that the client is going to want in this particular project. It will be a like small action of unit that it will be specifying what the feature is about. For example, so the user story format will be there. Okay, to mention these user stories, there is a particular format like as a user, like whoever the particular person is using, the person is mentioned here. So as a user, I want to, after I want to, what is the purpose of this particular feature will be mentioned. Then so that what is the functionality that is feature is going to achieve. In this way, we are going to use mention in this particular user story. For example, we can take as, so login process will be there, right? So to help this login process, a particular user story can be created. So for example, if we take, so as a customer or as a user, I want to log in so that I can access the dashboard. So this can be named as an example. Okay. So as a customer in the sense he is using, right? So I'm writing it as a customer. I want to log in. Login is the main purpose of this user story. Okay. The purpose name can be named under this. And after so that I have given it like I want to access the dashboard. So after developing this feature, what is the functionality that the feature is going to achieve? That means you can access the dashboard, right? So in this way, a particular user story will be mentioned. So the main user story will be taken place in that, but the client will be posting all the user stories that he want in this project. So the product owner will be analyzing all the user stories that he got from the client. With the help of all the user stories that he got, he will be giving it in this product backlog. Okay. So along with the user stories, there are also some other criteria, other aspects that they will be there in this particular user story. Okay. So there are some acceptance criteria, PV, CP, like PV we can be named as this business value, and CP complexity points will also be there in this particular user stories. Okay. So we'll be discussing each of them. Okay. So acceptance criteria is nothing but these are the guidelines or the rules that a particular user story should mandatorily be followed in order to develop this particular feature. Okay, it contains the rules that the user story must contain. Okay, so for example, if you take the same example as the login process, so acceptance criteria would be like there should be some fields or boxes so that the username and password can be entered. That can be one rule. Okay, and also validation, once your username and password is entered, then the validation should be processed in order to go to the dashboard, right? So that can be one rule. So like this, rules will be maintained in the acceptance criteria. So these rules must, once a particular user story is mentioned, these rules will be there. These rules are must followed in order to develop this particular feature. Okay. So it helps the development team to develop in that particular way. Okay. So these rules must satisfy in order to develop the particular feature. In this way, the acceptance criteria is going to help. Okay. Along with this acceptance criteria, I also mentioned like BV value, right? So BV can be named as this business value. So business value is nothing but it contains a value which shows about how this particular feature is important to a particular businessman. Like client will only be giving this user stories, right? So to indicate the importance of that feature to the particular client, we will be representing it with the help of a value. Okay. So that value is known as the business value. Okay, so there is will be at some technique we'll be using to mention or give that what business value. So that value, that technique is known as this $100 technique or currency note technique. Okay, so the currency note technique, as we in daily life we'll be using for various currency notes, right? So that can be like 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. These all currency notes are there, right, in our daily life. So with the help of these currency notes values, we'll be giving these BV values. Okay. So this BV value indicates like how much important is this particular feature for that business value, like for that business person. So with the help of these values, we can analyze how much important is this particular feature. Okay. So this is all about business value. And when it comes to this CP value is nothing but complexity points. So this complexity points is also a value, but it will be given by the developer. Okay. So the developer will be mentioning the efforts that are needed for this particular feature to be developed. Okay. So it is just like an effort, how much effort is needed. So to indicate this effort or anything, the developers will be giving certain value to the particular user story. Okay. This value can be named as this complexity points. Okay. So as like we have discussed about the technique in the VV, right? So here also there is a technique named as Fibonacci series. So with the help of this Fibonacci series numbers, we will be like the developers will be giving those CP value. Okay. So the Fibonacci series is nothing but it is like a series of numbers where the series can be formed like the next number of a series can be named as a sum of previous two numbers. Okay. So like it will be starting with 0 and 1. So the third number will be like sum of first and second number. That means 0 plus 1, 1. That is the third number. And fourth number is like sum of second and third. Okay. 0 plus like 1 plus 1, 2. Okay. So the next number will be like sum of previous two numbers. 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. And the next number is like 3 plus 2, 5. And the next is 5 plus 3, 8. In this way, a Fibonacci series will be there. In this way, a Fibonacci series will be formed. Okay. So with the help of these values, complexity points can be given. Okay. So I hope everyone is understanding about the process, right? So if you have any doubts, you can type it in the chat box. Okay. So I'll be discussing about this all the things at the last. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can mark it somewhere, or else you can just type it in the chat box. Okay. So I'll be explaining about this Scrum slide. Okay. Scrum slide, the detailed process how we are going to follow in this particular Scrum. We'll be discussing about this particular in this slide itself. Okay, so that is why I'm still at this product backlog. Right? Once the project is done, then I'll be going to the next slide. Okay, so in this product backlog, like I said, these user stories will be mentioned along with the PV value, CP value. All those things will be mentioning in this user story workshop. Okay. So whatever the user stories that he got, will be like he will be displaying in this product backlog. It contains all the user stories that the person has collected, like product owner has collected. Okay. So in this way, the product backlog will be developed. So in this product backlog, various prioritization will be done based on the BV and CP values that we got. So the product owner will be analyzing all those points or acceptance criteria. So we will be prioritizing the requirements that he got based on how and sorting was also done. Sorting is in the sense if at all any particular user story is being repeated or any duplicate user stories are created, then he will be responsible for deleting all those things, and that will be named as sorting. Okay. Prioritization is like which user story to be developed first. That will be done based on the values that we got, like BVCP values. We will be analyzing. The programmer will be analyzing and you will be prioritize those requirements. Okay. So this is what that is done in this product backlog. Okay. Once these all things are done, then the product owner and the Scrum team will be there, right? So the Scrum team, we are like Scrum Master, product owner, and the development team will be there, right? So they will be involved in a particular meeting called a sprint planning meeting. You can see this stage right here, sprint planning meeting. So in this meeting, the team will be discussing about the features that we got from the product backlog. So they will be discussing which features to be selected first. Okay. So based on the features that the team has selects, a particular sprint is started. Okay. So they will be selecting few user stories from the product backlog and they will be starting a sprint. Okay. Sprint is just like a time frame that is discussed in this sprint planning meeting so that the particular user stories that they have selected will be started. That means started in the sense the development of this particular user story will be initiated. Okay. That is called as the sprint. Okay. It is just like a duration of a time. Okay. So usually in real world it will be between 1 to 4 weeks. Okay. So the time duration of a particular sprint will be between 1 to 4 weeks. Okay. So by default, in companies it will be taken as 2 weeks. That is why 2 weeks is mentioned here. Okay. So this is called as sprint. The main agenda of this sprint planning meeting is like, so this duration, like initiation of the sprint is done. It in this sprint, which user stories to be selected, all those things will be discussed in this sprint planning meeting. Okay. So once this selection of this user stories is done, a particular sprint will be started. They will be represented in the sprint backlog. Okay. So whatever the user stories they have selected, they will be displayed in the sprint backlog. Then a particular sprint is started. Okay. So once the sprint is started, then we cannot make any changes during the sprint. Okay. So until and unless it is being developed, we cannot change anything. If at all, if you want to change anything, then before starting of the sprint itself, we need to change. Okay. So once the sprint is started, usually it is taken as 2 weeks, right? So during the 2 weeks, every day, the developers will be developing the particular user story that they have got. Okay. So during the development, like and at the end of the day, they will be conducting a meeting called as this daily stand-up meeting. You can see this daily stand-up meeting, right? So during the development of everything, like every day in the 2 weeks, so it will be usually like 15 minutes. So in this 15 minutes, they will be discussing about what are the things that they have done today and what are the things that they are going to do tomorrow. And if at all while developing this particular thing, if they are facing any challenges, then they will be discussing about these challenges in this sprint, like in this daily stand-up meetings. Okay. So these challenges can be called as these impediments. Okay, impediments can be named as these challenges that they have been facing in the overall sprint process. They can be named as these impediments. Okay, so if at all any challenges are being faced, then the Scrum Master will be involved. So he will be rectifying those challenges that they are facing. Okay, so this is the main agenda or goal of this daily startup meetings. Okay. So once is in this way, product backlog refinement is also done. Like I said, you right. So if at all any changes that are need to be done before product backlog, then they will be doing this refinement. Okay. So it is nothing but if you want to ensure anything that is being stuck or anything wrong is done, if you want to update anything, all those things will be done in this backlog refinement. Okay. So this is the main process that is being going to follow in by this followed by the Scrum team in the overall sprint. Like in 2 weeks, these things are repeatedly done. Okay. So once a particular sprint is completed, then potentially shippable product increment is will be developed. Okay. That means uh, that whatever the user stories that they have selected, they are done with the development and they are ready for the deployment. Okay. So those things can be named as this potentially shippable product increment. Okay. That means they are ready for development, like deployment, they are ready. Okay. So after completion of this sprint, then a particular meeting will be conducted. Okay. So that meeting can be named as this sprint review meeting. You can see here, right? Review meeting. So a particular sprint review meeting will be conducted so that in this meeting, all the people that are in that they are involved in the whole Scrum model. All the project team will be involved in this meeting, like the Scrum team, Scrum Master, developers, and the clients are also involved in this meeting. So they will be discussing about what are the output of this particular sprint, what are the things that we have developed. All those things will be discussed in this sprint review meeting. Okay. So the main agenda of this sprint review meeting is like they will be telling the progress of the particular sprint to the stakeholders. If at all any updates are there, then they will be giving those updates. Okay. And also what update can be like regarding the whole sprint or all the Scrum project. Okay. It can be like if at all any feedback is there, then the clients will be giving the feedback. So the feedback will be taken in the sprint review meeting. Okay. So this is the main agenda of this sprint review meeting. Okay. So once the sprint is started, the sprint review meeting is conducted. Okay. So once the review meeting is done, then another meeting will be created or attended, like this called as sprint retrospective meeting. Okay. So this sprint retrospective meeting is just like a meeting that will be conducted in the organization itself. Only the Scrum team will be involved. There will be no clients or no stakeholders. Okay. Only the Scrum team will be involved. So they'll be discussing about what are the things that we have done in this sprint, what is the progress of this sprint, and if at all any changes or challenges that they have faced while developing this particular sprint, they will be discussing it togetherly so that they will not face those challenges in the next sprint. Okay. So the main agenda of this retrospecting is like they will be rectifying those mistakes, like means the output of this particular meeting will be given to the uh, next sprint. Before starting next sprint, the output will be given so that the next in the next sprint though, they will not face those challenges. Okay. So that is the main agenda of this retrospective meeting. Okay. So these are the once this retrospective meeting is done, then the Scrum process will be like it will be ending like here itself. Okay. So this is a whole process that the Scrum in the Scrum model, the process from when the client meets the product owner, he will be taking the requirements, right? So that is a starting point, and it will be ending at the sprint retrospective meeting. Okay. In this way, a Scrum model will be involved in the overall project development process. Okay, it will be starting with the user stories development, and he will be maintaining all the user stories that he got into this product backlog. So, with the help of this sprint planning meeting, so they will be selecting which user stories to be selected, and they will be starting a sprint. And once the sprint is started, then these particular meetings will be involved like daily stand-up meetings. They will be discussing about what they have done today, like the daily they will be creating, and they will be discussing about those things. Once the sprint is ended, then deployable thing is like product will be developed that is ready to deploy. So once this potential shippable product is developed, then those particular meetings so these particular meetings will be conducted, like sprint review meeting and sprint retrospective meeting will be conducted, and they will be discussing about the changes and all those things. Okay. So the Scrum Master is just like a coach, or he will be maintaining all the process that should be maintained in the overall Scrum model. Okay, so he'll just like a coach of a particular project. So he'll be analyzing all the details, all the progress. He will be monitored, and also the main role of the Scrum Master is like if at all any challenges that are being faced by the whole team in the overall project, he will be the main purpose of point of contact. So you'll be rectifying those things. Like I said, those challenges can be named as impediments. Okay. So these impediments, you will be rectifying all the impediments that the team is facing in the overall sprint. Okay. So that is the main role of the Scrum Master. Okay. So this is a process that Scrum team will be involved in the overall project. Okay. I hope this is clear about this process, right? So once this process is done, then we'll go into next. Okay. So this is all about the Scrum, the process that the team will be following in the overall Scrum. Okay. So to manage all these process in the Scrum, like whatever the things that I told you, right, the process. So to manage this process, we will be using this JIRA tool. JIRA software is used where It will be helping a team or the organization in order to do those all those things in a one particular place. We'll be using this Jira software. Okay, so Jira software is just like a collaboration tool or software where all team members can collaboratively work under single platform. Okay, so whatever the process that we have discussed in the Scrum, we will be doing it in the practically in the Jira tool itself. Okay, it is just like it is a software which is developed by this Atlassian company. Okay, so it is just like a software where it is used to create these user stories and create to plan a sprint to collaboratively work with all the team members. We'll be using this Jira software. Okay. So while I going to this Jira, I'll be explaining you each detail. Okay, what are the things that we are going to follow, and also what are the things that are there in this Jira. We'll be discussing all those things in the Jira tool itself. Okay. So the B as a BA, like I said you, the BA responsibilities will be divided in this Scrum model. Okay. So like I said you, there will be some prime responsibilities. There will also be some supporting responsibilities the BA should be doing in this overall Scrum. The main responsibilities are just like all the same things that we have followed in other models also. Like he will be main point of contact between the team. He will be like just acting like a bridge, and also he will be responsible for gathering the requirements or taking the requirements from the client and creating designs. All those things will be done as a prime responsibilities. Okay, whereas the supporting responsibilities will be like you will be assisting in product owner in creating those user stories, and also I told you about this analyzing, right? So you will be using you will be helping the product owner in doing the research work, and also whatever the user stories that we have created, you will be like you will be helping the product owner in analyzing them or to prioritize them or to sort them. Okay, so in the overall product, you will be assisting the product owner in doing the work. Okay, so that will be the main role of this business analyst. Okay, so the Jira tool is just like a software. Okay, so there is no need to download any software in your system. So it is a web application itself. You can just access it from the Google itself. You don't need to download also. Okay, so if it is clear, this PPT is clear, then we can go into the Jira tool. Okay, so clear, right, about this PPT and all? What is this process that we are going to follow, and what is the process that it involved in this whole Scrum? Clear, right? If it is clear, then we can proceed with the Jira tool. Okay. So, okay. So user story is nothing but, like I said, it will be containing the user story means, but the details of a particular feature that the client has given. It will be containing all those things like what is the user story, like what is the thing that is going to be developed along with the thing, and we'll be containing this acceptance criteria and also BV and CP. Okay, so acceptance criteria is nothing but it contains the rules or guidelines that are mandatorily be followed in order to develop that particular feature. Okay, so the user story format will be like it contains as a user I want to log in, so that what is functionality, that means is going to access the dashboard. So that is the main format. So while going in like while explaining in the Jira tool itself, I'll be telling you how you need to write those user stories also. Like format will be explained in detail. Okay. So product backlog is nothing but it contains a list of features that the product owner has collected from the client. It contains all the features or user stories that are required for this project. Okay. It lists the features that the product owner has collected. Okay? So you will be responsible for writing those features at one place, and will be so that it will be help for the team in order to sort or prioritize features that they got. Also in planning this particular sprint, they will be helpful in creating a particular sprint. Okay, In this way it is used. Okay. Okay, so I'll just go into the Jira and tell you about what are the things that you're going to do in Jira tools. Okay, you can just type it Jira in your search and you can go to the second one or else first one, anything is okay. You can just click on that. Okay, so as I have an account in this Jira tool, it is showing me like this. Okay, so you need to sign in with your Google account or anything, then the same page will be appeared. Okay, so you can just create another site. Like site is nothing but it will be giving you a site based on your account. Okay, so with the help of this site your team members can also manage or join in this site. Okay, it is just like a separate space for you where you can develop multiple projects in a particular site. Okay, so it will be creating a site. So I'm just clicking on this another site, then a particular site will be created. It will be giving you a separate site based on your account. Okay, so once you have created any site, then it will be once you create an account, then a particular site will be created. Then it will be showing you here itself. So I'm just clicking on the site that I want. Okay. Once you click on this, then it will be going to your site. Okay. So it will be like dashboard where you can see various things. Okay. So I'll just tell you each thing that is there in this dashboard. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can post it in the chat box. So I'll be discussing at the last, okay? While explaining of this complete Jira tool, then I'll be going to your chats and I will explain you what are the things that you want, okay? And also if you are facing any issues also, you can just type it in the chat box. At last, I will be giving you a chance. You can unmute yourself also. Then you can ask your doubts, okay? So this is a Jira software or the tool that you are going to see when you open after creating an account. Then you need to create a separate space or else a site. Okay. So once you have created the site, then you can able to see this dashboard. Okay. So this dashboard consists of various things like under this sites or apps, you can see various things that you have under this Jira or else Atlassian. Okay. So as I told you, Jira is a software under, that is developed by the Atlassian company, right? So Atlassian has various products, other products also. You can, if you want, you can go to the other things like Conference and all. Okay. So this is my account. So it will be showing if you have multiple accounts, you can access. It will be showing multiple accounts here itself. You can access which account do you want. Okay. So you can see on the left side, right, there are certain things like for you spaces and all those things are there, right? Under more, there are other features also like recent, start, etc. So here the spaces is mentioned, right? So spaces is nothing but or these can be named as this projects. Okay. So previously the Jira tool is like, so the changes in this tab are frequently made in this Jira. Okay, so that is why you can find previously it was named as a project. Now it is being named as spaces. Okay, so you don't need to worry. Spaces is nothing but projects only. Okay, so the Jira tool, as it is a web application, the Jira tool, like like Atlassian company will be changing all the details frequently. So, so if you are now those features or names will be there, right? So it cannot be. It in future they may be renamed or they can be placed it somewhere else. So you don't need to worry. Just go through all the things. Then you can able to understand it. Okay. And also if you are facing any glitches while using this Jira tool, so as it is a web application, sometimes it shows some delay in updating the progress. So if you are facing those things, then you can refresh the browser, then it will be rectified. Okay. So these are the things that are there on this side. So if you have created any projects, then it will be showed under this recent tab. Okay. So when you create an account, it will automatically create some one project. So it is not required for you now. Okay, leave it like that only. Okay. So under more section, there are options like recent. Recent are nothing but if you have created any recent projects that you are in this site, then it will be showing under recent. Okay. And start in the sense if you have created multiple like spaces in this to in this Jira, it will be show if you have bookmarked or marked it as important, then it will be showing under the start. Okay. So apps are nothing but it contains various apps that Atlassian has. So there are other apps. If you want, you can use those anything. So it for now it is not required. Okay. And plans is nothing but it contains plans that you have created in the overall project. If you want to plan each task accordingly, then you can use this plans feature and do that. Okay. Filters is nothing but if you want to give any filter, if you have many things or many user stories that you have created in this Jira tool, then you can use this filter option and you can easily access them. Okay. And these are Confluence is nothing but this is another app or software that Atlassian has. Okay. So for now it's not needed for now. Okay. If you want, you can go through this and know them. Okay. So like I said, the Jira tool is mainly used for team collaboration, right? So under team section, you can add multiple team members of your project or your team, so that multiple team members can access the same site or say use the same space. Okay. So if you want to assign it to any other particular person also, you can assign those user stories in the Jira tool itself. Okay. So overall, to whatever the things that required for this project management or to develop a particular project, those all things can be done in this Jira. Okay. So these are the things that are there on this left side. Okay. So these are if you want to create any particular project, you can click on this plus icon and then you can create a project. Okay. So for now I'm going to take an example and tell you how this project is going to start and all. I will tell you. Okay. So you can search option is also provided if you want to search many things that you have in this, whatever the things that you want to quickly search, then you can use the search feature also. Okay. So with the help of this create button is there, right? With the help of this you can create particular user stories and all. So I'll be telling you once I've created any project, then tell you how you need to create this user stories also. Okay. And these are the settings that you want to do. If you want to make any settings and all, they will be there. This is your account. Okay. Okay. So yeah, now I'll going to start a particular project. I will be creating a particular project with the help of that example. I'll be going to tell you. Okay. So you can click on this plus icon. Then it will be showing you some interface. So now I'm going to it means it is a part of a software development, right? So we are going to develop a particular software under Agile, right? So we can select the software development. Okay. So under Agile, I will say to you there will be some various models for each model. There will be some framework, right? So these are the various models that the Jira has. Okay. So Kanban, Scrum, and all other models will also be there. So you can select the Scrum model. We are using the Scrum, right? So click on the Scrum. So the main difference between the Scrum and Kanban is like, so the Scrum in the Scrum, once the sprint is started, you cannot make any changes, right? So in the Kanban, if you want, you can make those changes in between a particular sprint, and that is the main difference. And also in Scrum, you will be creating the user stories. There will be some hundreds of user stories in a particular project, right? So you need to manually create all those user stories in the Scrum. Whereas in Kanban, the user stories will be like there will be some for templates. Uh, Pre-order templates will be there. You can use those templates and write those things in the Kanban. Okay. So for now, it is not required about this Kanban. You can select the Scrum. Okay. Just for knowledge purpose, just know about those things. Okay. So just click on this Scrum. Okay. So it will be giving you a template. What are the things that are involved in this Scrum? So there will be some contents like this backlog and the sprint, etc. All those things will be there. Okay. So it will be helping in starting a sprint also. They can move the user stories. All those things you can also be done in this Scrum. Okay. So the main hierarchy, like forgot to tell you, like the main hierarchy in this whole Scrum is like first an epic will be coming. Okay, so epic is just like a large user story. Okay, so a large user story in a single sprint we cannot complete a particular large user story, right? So we will be dividing a large user story into multiple user stories. Means it nothing but we will be breaking down a large thing into smaller pieces that can be named as this user story. Okay. For example, if you take any e-commerce application, the ordering will be there, right? So ordering of a particular feature or ordering of a particular product can be named as one epic. So under order management itself, we have ordering of that particular project, delivering, etc. All those things will be there, right? So those are all the subtasks or sub user stories under a single name epic. Okay. So I think I got you got about this epic and user story, right? So this is the main hierarchy. So first epic will be coming, then the user stories, and then task, subtask, and bugs. Okay. So bug is nothing but if you are facing any issue while doing this project, or if you got any bug or issue, then you can raise a bug here itself in the JIRA tool itself. Then the team will be analyzing those bug. Once it is rectified, then it is moving it to the done step. Okay. So this is the main hierarchy. Okay. So under particular user story, if you have various tasks, then you can create tasks also. For example, if you take under login, there will be some task like the username should be entered, password should be entered, right? For a login process itself, we have tasks, right? So these tasks can be named as those things like username should be entered, password should be entered. Okay, that will be coming under this task. Okay, and subtask is like if you have further divided those tasks, then you can name that as subtask. Okay, so this is all about this Scrum. Okay, once you are done with this, you can click on this use template. Okay, once you click on this use template, a interface will be opened. Okay, so it contains two things like team managed one or company managed one. So this Jira tool only not only be as a company also many companies will also be using this Jira software to analyze the projects that they are doing. So company managed is like the company will be setting all the rules or anything that they want as per the company requirements. They will be doing this. So it is not required for now. So you can select this team managed one. Okay. That means we can only set those all those features and all those things. We can only do this. Okay. One we can click on this select a team managed base. Okay. So here itself you can write the name of the project that you want to create it. Okay. So for now I'm just taking an example like e-commerce application. Okay. So e-commerce I'm taking an example of this e-commerce application and I'll be telling you what are the things that you are going to do under this project. Okay. So write the name of the project that you want and what are the things that you have selected previously. You can see those things in here. If you want to change the things also, you can change here itself. I've selected team managed one, right? So it is selected as team managed. Okay. So under access, you can choose the access that you want. If you want it to be open in the sense anyone with this site that you have created, right? At the beginning, you have created some site for your account, right? So anyone who have this site then see and edit those changes under this open category. Okay. So whoever has this site, they can view or create, or if they want to make any changes, they can change the help of this site. Okay. So whereas limited is nothing but if you want to select only few people who can access, that means if you want to provide only fewer access to the selected people, then you can select those limited. So you can select the limited one and add those team members or the people that you want. You can add those team members. Okay. Private is in the sense only only the person that you have done means you are creating it, right? So only you can access, and also if you want to give an admin will be have an access. Okay. So these are the three things. Now I'm giving it as an open itself. Okay. And previously you have selected template, right? Scrum thing. If you want to change this template also, you can change this. Once these things are done, you can just click on next. Okay. So, like I said, the Jira tool will be containing it, as various team members can also collaboratively work under the single platform, right? So, yeah, here itself you can add the team members that you want in your team. So, in the search box, our enter name is there, right? You can type their email IDs and send an invite to them so that they will be notified under your name. And if you want, they can add your team. Okay. You can also select the member. Uh, the role can also be determined here. Like administrator is nothing but it can be act like an admin. He will be the main point where you can edit or anything. Those things can be done. And viewer is just like if you want to just uh, view your content to only particular person, then you can add this person and select the role as viewer. Okay. So he will not he will not be having access to edit or change the things that he has done. Okay. So you can also select the member if you want. For now, I don't want to add any team members and all, so you can just click on skip. Okay. If you want to add, you can add and click on this invite and continue. Okay. So for now, I'm just ignoring it. Like I don't want to add any team members, so I'm just clicking on continue. Okay. Once a particular project is being created, then this is a dashboard that you are going to get under your project. Okay. So it contains various features. There is a ribbon called as the summary timeline and all those things, right? So I'll just tell you in a brief way. Okay. So these all things are not required. Okay. So the under say summary, it will be showing you whatever the things that you have done in this project. They will be displayed in they will be displaying a summary of whatever the things that you have done. Okay. So if you have created any user stories, they will be mentioned. If you have planned any sprints, they will be visually representing it. There will be some visual representation also. What is the breakdown that you have done? What are the tasks that you have done, like epics, tasks, subtasks? I said you about the hierarchy, right? So whatever thing that you have created, it will be showing you an overview of this things that you have done. Okay. And timeline is nothing but if you have created any timeline for a particular project, uh, or else in a sprint you will be creating many user stories, right? So if you have set some timeline to all the user stories, that will be mentioned here. Okay. And also if you want to create a timeline also, you can create it. Okay. The main things is like the backlog code section, and also there will be some report. Okay. I'll be showing you. If the report is not there in this ribbon, you can click on this plus icon. Okay. In the plus icon, there is an option called report, right? You can select this report and you can click on this add to navigation. Okay. Sometimes these reports will be there in this plus icon and sometimes it will be showing it in the ribbon itself. Okay. You don't need to worry if you don't find the reports thing here. So if you don't find it, you can click on this add navigation. Under add navigation, so click on this reports and click on add to navigation. Okay. Once you have added, then it will be showing you in the ribbon itself. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Okay. So once I'll explain you about the features that you want, like whatever the things that are there in this Jira tool, then I will be creating a particular user stories, multiple user stories, and I'll be telling you how you are going to start a sprint. All those things I will be telling you. Okay. So once this explanation of this particular interface is done, then I'll be going to tell you. Okay. So these are the the backlog feature, the board, and the reports. Okay. These are the main important that you frequently will be going through. Okay. So whatever the things that are there, they are not required for now. So this backlog is nothing but it contains the things like backlog. I told you about the backlog, right? So in this backlog, it will be containing all the features or user stories that the product owner will be creating, right? So it will be containing all the user stories in the backlog. Okay. So if you want to create a particular user story also, you can click on this create and create those user stories. Okay. So once explanation of all these features is done, then I'll come to the backlog and create it. Okay. So whatever the user stories that you want to select, you can select those user stories from the backlog and start a sprint here itself. Okay. You can see a separate section called as sprint, right? So if you are planning any sprint, then it will be displayed here. Okay. So I'll tell you in detail once I go start any particular sprint. Okay. So when you click on this board is just like it will be showing you if you have started any particular sprint, then it will be redirecting you to this board. It will be showing a to-do state is nothing but whatever the user stories that you have planned or started in this sprint that will be displayed in this to-do block. Okay. And in progress is nothing but if you select like means whatever the user story that is selected that is started when the development of the particular feature is started, then it will be showing you in this in progress. Okay. In progress is nothing but the development is done, like the development is started but it is not done. Okay. Once the development of this particular user story is completed, then you can move it to the done state. Okay. So this is the board. It will be showing you like overview of this user stories that you have planned in a particular sprint. Okay. So if you want to add any particular block in this board, you can click on this plus icon and you can add a particular board also. For example, if you want to indicate testing phase, okay, you can create a testing named as this board. Okay. Once you click on right, and a particular testing block will be created. Okay. So you can drag and place it at the place that you want. Okay. So if you want to differentiate between the progress and the testing, that means development is done and it is moved to the testing phase, then you can move it to the testing. Okay. So in this way, you can create multiple boards also as per your requirement. Okay. For now, I don't want to add anything. Okay. So I'm just deleting it. Okay. So this is the main interface that will be showed when you plan a sprint. Okay. So you can click on this plus icon. Okay. So once this plus icon is clicked, then you can aim it as testing or anything that you want to create. Okay. Once the name is written, you can click on this right icon. Okay. It will be testing block will be created. If you want, you can just drag and place it at the place that you want. Okay. So if you want to delete it, you can find these three icons, right? You can click on that and click on delete. Okay. Okay, so this video will be recorded itself. Okay, so I am recording it. You don't need to worry about all the things. Okay, so the video, like the recording of this particular video, will be uploaded in the YouTube. The COPD as the YouTube channel, right? So in the YouTube channel itself, it will be uploaded within 1 or 2 days. Then you can access it that YouTube itself. Okay, you can go through like if you how many times you can want, you can go through those, and you can note down all the things. Okay, so I'm recording, you don't need to worry at all, okay? Within 1 or 2 days, the video will be uploaded in the YouTube, okay? So this is the main board where you will be accessing it, various features in a sprint, okay? So these other features are also there like calendar. If you want to mark any date that you want, etc., all those things can be done in this calendar. And list is nothing but whatever the user stories that you have created in a particular sprint or in the overall project, they will be displayed in the like in a spreadsheet way, they will be displaying it. Okay. And if you want to create any goals and if you want to add any forms, feedback forms, they can be created here. Okay. And if you want to connect any external platform to this JIRA tool, like for development, we'll be using various other platforms, right? So as a product owner, as a business analyst, we don't need all those things. So you can ignore all the development and code, all other things. Okay. And there will be an option called as reports. This is important. This will be mainly used. Okay. So in these reports, we can create multiple reports like sprint burn down chart, sprint burn up chart. We can create these charts. Okay, so I'll tell you about these charts. Once I'll create some user stories and plan a sprint, then I will tell you about these charts. Okay. Okay, so I'll come back to this backlog and create some sample user stories under this e-commerce application. Okay, so for example, if you take you can have this C option in your keyboard, right? So is it clear now? My voice is audible, right? So you can hear my voice clearly, right? Okay, so you can come to this backlog and create the user stories that you want. Okay. So for now, I'm creating few user stories. You can click on this plus icon, or else there is a shortcut in this JIRA tool. If you want to create a particular user story or anything, you can click on the C icon on your keyboard. You have this keyboard, right? In that C key is there, right? You can just click on the C. Okay, click on that C. Then a particular tab will be opened. In that in there itself, you can write the user stories. You can create the user stories or else epics. All those things can be created here itself. Okay. So if you have multiple projects, then you can have select the space that you want. Space is nothing but project itself. Okay. So I'm creating under e-commerce, right? So e-commerce will be select, and you can select the type also. Now for now, I'm creating a user story. Similarly, you can create an epic, bug, or task. Okay. So select user story. Okay. So under summary, you can add I told you about the format that you need to include in a user story, right? So under summary, you can write the format of that particular user story. Okay. The format should always I told you about the format, right? So it should start with as a user, then user as a user. Okay. User can be like, it can be like an admin or a user or a customer. The person should be mentioned. Okay. As a person, and then I want to, then purpose is mentioned, purpose should be mentioned. Okay, and then so that, and then functionality should be mentioned, like what is the functionality that it is going to achieve. So this is the main format that you are going to follow while writing these user stories. Okay, so this is the format that you need to follow. For now, I'm just creating some sample user stories. Okay, I will just delete it. Okay, so as a user, I want to first, I'll just start it process with register. Okay, so I just want to register. I want to register so that I can log in to my account. Okay, so this is the user story that I want to create. So the main purpose of this user story is like registration. Okay, to initiate the registration thing, I'm creating a user story. So it will be like, as a user, I want to register so that I can log into my account. Okay, this is the main functionality. After the main use of this registration is I can log into my account, right? So in this way you can write a particular user story. Okay, so the registration can be from any side, like the user can also register, the admin will also be need to register, and the delivery partner or the delivery man should also be registered, right? So if you want to change the user also, you can change it as per your requirement. Okay, for now I'm just creating it as a user. Then if you want to create another user story, then you can name this user to delivery man or anything. Okay, so in this way, you need to write the format, and under the description box, along with the user story, I told you about the acceptance criteria, right? So you need to mention the acceptance criteria. Under the description box, you can write the acceptance criteria. Okay. So action criteria is nothing but these are the guidelines or rules that are given at the time of the user story, which must satisfy while developing this particular user story. Okay, that can be like I previously said you for registration thing, the field should be there, right? Where the person or the user can enter his details. Okay, so it can be like username, password, name, etc. details. Okay, so and I'm not writing everything. So these details or fields, name fields should be there. Okay, should be present. Okay, this is one acceptance criteria. Okay, so and also if you want to make any changes like this, screen should be loading in 1 or 2 seconds. Then you can add those details also. Okay, time should be 2 seconds or anything that you want. You can specify those things also. And when the registration is done, a display confirmation message should be displayed, right? So you can add those things also. Confirmation message is displayed, should be displayed. Okay. Okay, so for now I'm just creating few acceptance criteria. Okay, in this way, for every user story that you want to create, you can add these acceptance criteria here itself. Okay, so when you go to this assignee, so if you want to assign this particular user story to any particular developer that is there in your team, then you can assign it here itself. Okay, so type the name of the person before add him to the team, then it will be displayed here. Okay, then you can select the person and assign them. Okay, so as there are no people in my team, you can assign it to yourself. Assign, you can press on this assign to me, then it will be assigned to yourself. Okay, so the label is nothing but in real world there will be some hundreds of user stories in a particular project, right? So if you want to differentiate between the hundreds of things, you can add a label. You can so that you can easily access. Okay, so parent is nothing but if you have created any epics under a single project, you can select it from here. Okay, so once once this user story is complete, then I'll be creating few epics. I'll show you. Okay, and you can select the you start date, end date, and also all those things. uh, or else if you want to ignore also, you can ignore them. Okay, and under this user story point is there, right? So the story point is nothing but the complexity points. So previously I told you about the complexity points, right? It will be showing how much efforts that are needed for this particular story to be developed. Okay. So with the help of this Fibonacci series, we'll be using this story points estimation. Okay. So there's a sequence like 1, 2, 3, and 5, 8, 13. These are the Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So with the help of those numbers, we will be giving the story points estimate. Okay. For now, I'm just giving it as 3. Okay, so you can select all the things that you want. You can also ignore them. Okay, so these are the main things that I have mentioned you can do all, or you can select all those things and click on create. Okay, once you click on create, then a particular user story will be developed, like it will be created. Okay, so you can, it will also be reflecting in the backlog item. Okay, one user story has been created, right? In similarly, you can create multiple user stories. Okay, so to create multiple users, like if you want to create another user story also, you can just click on this plus icon. Okay, then you can say toggle this option. Then you can select the type also, user story or a bug. Then select the user story and write it here itself. Okay, I'm creating few other user stories. Okay, as a user, I want to log in so that I can access my dashboard. Okay, this is one user story that I want to create. You can click on this plus icon, like create option, then a user story will be created. Okay, so if you want to edit the things that you have done previously, like previously you have added story points, etc., on those things, right? So if you want to add for this particular user story, you can just click on the user story, then a left side screen will be open, like right side screen will be open. There you can add the description. In the description box you can add the acceptance criteria, like previously I've added acceptance criteria, right? Similarly you need to add acceptance criteria for all the user stories. Okay, and also if you want to add label, parents, etc., all those things you can add. And at the points of story points you can give the story points that you want. So for now I'm just giving it randomly. Okay, so in the real world, it will not be like given randomly. The team will be discussing how much points should this particular feature to be given. Then they will be giving those values. Okay. Once this is done, then you can click on enter. Okay. You can unselect the wrong. Then it will be reflected in your user story. Okay. So the user story will be indicating like how much effort that is needed for this particular user story to be involved, like how much effort is needed for a particular developer. So like I said to you, with the help of this BVCP, a prioritization will be done among all the user stories. Like so for a project, there will be some important features that to be developed, right? So it based on these BV and CP values, prioritization will be done. So while you are into the sprint, if it is higher prioritized, then it will be developed first, then they will be going to the lower prioritized numbers. Okay. So in this way, this story points will be helped in prioritization. Okay. Before itself, it will be indicating like how much time should be taken for this particular story to be developed, and all those things can be analyzed. Okay. Similarly, you can click on this press and create user stories. Okay. Okay, you can click on this plus icon, or else you can just press on C button. You can have this C button on your keyboard, right? You can press on C, or else you can see this plus create type icon right at the top of the screen, right? You can click on this. Then the same thing when you press C, right? So the same thing will be appeared here also. Okay. For now, I'm just creating an epic. Okay. As I told you, epic is just like a large user story, which cannot be completed in single sprint. So as it is not completed in a single sprint, it will be broken down into multiple user stories. Okay, create a epic, select the epic that you want, and under summary you can give the type of the epic that you want. Okay, so for now I'm just creating an epic named as this account management. Okay, so under account management there will be various things like registration, login, managing all the accounts, all those things will be coming under this account management, right? So I'm creating an account management epic. Okay, so in the description box, for a user story, acceptance criteria will be written, right? So under Epic, you will not be writing any acceptance criteria and all, right? So you can ignore all those things. If you want to assign it also, you can assign it. Okay. Ignore all other things and click on create. Okay. Then the particular Epic will be created. Okay. You can see the like message also, like Epic has been created. Okay. Similarly, so you can say, create another Epic also. So I'm just creating two epics. Okay, so one is account management and one is order management. Okay, order management, like I previously said, you ordering of this particular product, and until delivery all things will be coming under this order management, right? So it can be like ordering of a particular project, payment, and delivery, etc. All those things coming will be coming under single name order management, right? So I'm creating it an order management and click on create. Okay, so this will be the two epics that I've created. Okay, so you can also select the like you already created some user stories, right? For that, if you want to assign it to an epic, you can navigate to the user story, and there will be an epic icon will be added. So you can click on that. then the whatever the epics that you have created, that will be displayed here. So accordingly you can select it. Okay, so this registration, all those things will be coming under account management, right? You can select the account management. Okay, similarly is the second one also. Okay, in this way you need to create multiple user stories. So for now I'm just creating few user stories. Okay, so as a user I want to order products, so that product can be delivered. Okay, yeah, this is a user story that I want to create. So click on plus, then it will be created. Okay, so similarly I am creating another user story also. So as a, for now I'm writing it as admin. Okay, as an admin I want to manage accounts. Okay, I'm writing it as manage accounts. You'll be managing all the accounts that the people have created, right? So I'm writing it as an admin I want to manage accounts, so that products can be displayed, or anything that can be functionality. Okay, I'm writing it as products can be displayed, can be displayed. Okay, so this is a user story that I want to create, and also I want to create another user story also. As a, for now I'm taking it as same thing, user I want to for now I'm giving it as reset password. Okay, I want to reset password, so that I can regain my access. Okay, regain my account access, that can be anything. Okay, okay, so this is my user story, and also I want to create, I will be creating another user story also. You can click on this plus icon. Okay, as a user, or else I'm creating it as a delivery man. Okay, as a delivery man I want to accept orders. Okay, so that I can deliver to the user, or else you can leave it like this. I can deliver the product. Okay, these are the user stories that I want to create now. So I've created few user stories, and you can click on this plus icon and add it to the specific epic. Okay, so this ordering thing will be coming under order management, right? And like managing accounts will be coming under like this will be coming under record management, right? So I've misplaced it. You can click on again and click on account management. Okay, reset password will be coming under account management, and accepting order will be coming right order management. Okay, in this way you can create multiple user stories. Okay, that can be related to payment, anything. Okay, so similarly you can create hundreds of user stories for a single project. Okay, so whatever the user stories that you have created, for all those things you need to write the acceptance criteria also. Okay, so you can click on this, then in the description box you can write the acceptance criteria. Okay, and you can go there, go scroll down, and when under this story point estimate you can give the story points that you want to give. Okay, so for now I'm just creating it as I'm giving random values. Okay, you can scroll down and give values. Okay, you can select like this. Similarly you need to do for all the things. Okay, give it as 3. and here I'm giving it as 13. Okay, so I think it's not reflected, so I'll go back and write it. Okay, so it is assigned. Okay, so you can also see the status of the user stories that you have created in the above boxes is there, right? So one gray box, it means these are all in, they are in to do state, right? So they are displayed in this gray box. Okay, based on the status of this particular user stories, it will be displayed on this above color boxes. Okay, so this blue box is nothing but when you have when you move these particular user stories to work in progress, it will be showing the things in this blue box. Okay, once a sprint is started, then it will be showing you. Okay, once I'll just start a particular sprint, then you can able to see. Okay, so which one do you need to do you want me to show it again? Okay, so okay, so if you want to start any particular sprint, then you can select the user stories that you want. So you can, I'm selecting few user stories for now. Okay. So when you select the user story, just click and drag and drop it to the sprint. Okay. So a particular sprint has already been created under CO and sprint one, right? So click on this. You can just drop it there. Okay. Just click on that and just drag and place it here itself. Okay. So if you want to create any new sprint also, you can click on this create sprint button. Then a particular sprint will be created. Okay, just click on this sprint. Then a new sprint will be created. Okay, so for now I don't want to want any other sprint to be added, so I'm just deleting it. Okay, so it means the user stories we have selected few user stories and we have placed it in a sprint. Okay. So before starting the sprint, just go through once you have given story points and all, then you can plan the sprint. Okay, you can see this option called start sprint, right? So click on this start sprint. Then you can give the name of the sprint and duration also you can give. Usually 2 weeks is given, but now I'm giving it as custom because this today only I'm just giving it as 1 day of this particular sprint. Okay, so that's why this usually you can modify these things also. Usually 2 weeks is done. You can also write the sprint goal like all the user stories should be developed, etc. This can be named under this sprint goal. Okay. So you can write it or ignore it. Then you can click on start. Okay. When you click on start, then the sprint is already created. Like sprint is started. Okay. Once it is started, it will be moving from backlog to the board. Okay. Now the backlog board is not showing anything, right? So once you refresh it, so as I said to you, this is a web application, so it shows some glitches. Okay. Once you refresh it, then it will be started. Okay. So as they are in to do state, right? So that means sprint is started. You can just drag and place it in the box that you want. Okay. Just drag it and place it in the in progress. That means the development of this particular user story is started. Similarly, you can place those as per your requirement. Like whenever the development is done, then you can drag and drop it to the done state. Okay. In this way, you can move the user stories as per the development that you have done. Okay. So in this way, back like the board is created. Once the sprint is completed, then you can click on this complete sprint. Okay. So once you can go back to the back, I'll just show you. Once I'll go back to the backlog, then the status is also updated. Like so, one more user story we have created, we have moved it to the done state, right? So the status is also changed, and one we have moved it to the progress. So if you want to change it here itself, you can change those things also. So this third one, I'm just moving it to the in progress. You can change it here itself also. Okay. So based on the status of these four, the value like story points estimation is also changed. Okay. Before everything was in to do state like the gray box only, right? So now like two user stories have been moved to the in progress. So some will be displayed here. Okay. Done state will be displayed in this green one. Okay. In this way it will be updating. Okay. So you can go back to the board. You can see another thing we have moved it to the progress, right? It is also updated. Okay. Once the development like you can change those user stories as per your requirement and you can move it to the done state. Okay. Once the development of all user stories has been completed, then you can move it to all, you can move all the user stories to the done state. That means the development of all the user stories in this particular sprint has been completed. Okay. You can also check the status like arrow mark, like the dashed one is displayed. That means the development is done. That means it is moved it to the done state. Okay. Once then everything is moved to the done state, you can just click on complete sprint. Okay. Click on complete. Okay. So click on this complete. Then the sprint is been completed. Okay. So it will ask you to some other tool. It is regarding this some other tool that Atlassian has. You can just cancel it. Okay. So as the sprint is completed, then it will not show in the backlog. That means the user should the development has been completed, right? So that is why you cannot see anything here. Whatever the other user stories that we have, you can see it here. Okay. So that means that sprint has been completed. Okay. So you can click on this more, and you can see this report section, right? You can click on this reports. Then whatever the reports that we have, there are things like sprint burn down chart, sprint burn up chart, velocity chart, etc. All those things are there. So these charts will be displaying the sprint burn down chart is nothing but whatever the users to like whatever the work that is pending in the sprint, it will be showing in a graphical representation. Okay. Sprint burn down chart is nothing but it based on the story points that we have given, it will be showing you the remaining work. Okay. Burn up chart is nothing but it will be telling you how much work has been completed in a particular sprint. Okay. So these are the two charts. You can select the chart that you want, sprint burn down chart, and it will be showing you a chart like how much work is been remaining. Okay. So we have added 4 user stories which will be summed it to the 21 points, right? So previous first it was 21 points. Once you move a particular user story to the done state, the means the development part of this particular user story has been completed, right? So it will be detecting and giving it as first one user story has been completed, right? So the 5 points is detected. Okay. So similarly, like how much work is being pending at each stage, it will be showing you. Okay. So in real world, it will not be showing in a straight line. Okay. So I have moved it all at a once, like in 1 second itself, I have just moved all the user stories to the done state, right? So it is not going to work similarly in the real world. So in real world, it will be showing an ideal line is there right here. In the overall timeline, it will take few days or weeks to complete a particular development, right? So it will be showing you like this. Usually the chart will be there. Okay. So as we have moved all at a time, it will be showing like this. Okay. So this is a sprint burn down chart. So and there will be some other chart like product burn down chart. It will be showing you the remaining work that has been done in the overall project. Okay. This is regarding the particular sprint, right? So the product burn down chart will be telling you about the remaining work that is being there in the overall project. Okay. So the chart for now we cannot generate in this JIRA free version. So it will be available in this premium version. The product bundle chart will be available. So you can just know about this thing. Okay. So if you want to come back to the portal, you can just click on this reports. Then you can select the burn up chart. It will be telling you about the work that has been completed. Okay. So first for fifth like one usually has been moved to the done state, right? That means it will be indicating 5 usuries has been completed. Then those things other user stories based on the sequence of completion of each user stories, it will be showing you. Okay. So in this one also, usually it is not as we have moved all the things at one go, it is displaying in the straight line. Usually in real world, it will be showing you like in this ideal line, it will be showing you. It can be many ups and downs based on the development time that has been taken. It will be showing you. Okay. These are the users like the charts or reports that are there in this Jira. Okay. So the product bundle chart is not available in this, like in the premium version, it is available. You can, don't worry, it will be available in the premium version. Okay, that is not required for now. You can paste like if you want to add these charts in any other project, you can just take the screenshot and add this. Okay, you can select the bundle chart and bundle chart, sprint bundle chart and product bundle chart. You can add it. Okay, click on this reports. These two charts you can copy, like take and paste it. Okay. So these are the reports. Okay. You can come back to the backlog and you can select the things that you want. Like, oh, I want to create another sprint. Okay. You can select the items that you want. Okay. Just drag and drop it to the sprint. Okay. It will automatically, once this particular sprint is done, then it will automatically create another sprint. So if you want to add or create another sprint also, you can just click on this create sprint. Then you can add the sprint. Okay. Similarly, if you want to drag and drop it, you can drop it. Okay. So in this way, you can select this two things. Okay. And you can click on the start sprint. Okay. So you can give the sprint name. Now it is given as sprint 2. You can select the duration also. I'm just giving it as 1 day itself. Okay. So you can write the sprint goal and click on start. Okay. Then a particular sprint has been initiated. So as per your requirement, you can just move the status of this particular thing. Okay. So I'm just moving one user story to the done state, and I'll show you the progress in the report. Okay. So that I moved one user story to the done state and one in to do state, right? So I'll just go to the reports and I'll just show you how these things are working. Okay. So you can select the sprint also. So I'll select sprint 2 and it will show you like only one user story we have created to the done state, right? So it is now here. So basically the total points is 15, right? Sum of two user stories. Now only one thing has done, moved to the done state. So it is stopped here. Okay. It's after some time, if you move it to the done state, it will be showing you like it will be moving you to the red line. Okay. In this way, it will be showing you. Okay. You can come back to the reports, select the sprint burndown chart, and it will show you. Okay. Select the sprint that you want. I'm selecting the sprint 2. Okay. So only one thing has been done, right? So it is not moved to the 0. Once the second one is also completed, then it will move it to the down. Okay. So you can come back to the backlog or the board and move the stories as per the requirement. Okay. Once this development is done, you can move it to the done state and you can complete the sprint. Okay. Once the sprint is completed, then you can go back to the reports section and you can verify the status. Okay. So you can just refresh it. If it is not updated, then you can just refresh it. So you can see the update, right? Previously it was stopped at the 3, then we have moved it to the done state, then it has moved to the down. Okay. So in this way you can generate the reports. Okay. So this is all about the JIRA and these are all the things that we have discussed. Whatever the Scrum team, like the Scrum in this overall Scrum, whatever the things that we are going to do, we can do all the things in this JIRA itself. Okay. So I hope you have all understood about the things, right? So whatever the things that we are doing in this JIRA and all those things, I've been told like everything is clear, right?